If you're over 60 and you've been adding blueberries to your morning oatmeal or tossing them into a smoothie for your joints, brain, or blood sugar, you might think you're doing everything right. But here's something almost no one tells you. That single cup of blueberries could actually be working against you if you're eating it with certain common foods that seniors reach for every single day. And no, we're not talking about obscure foreign dishes. We're talking about 7 everyday foods, likely sitting in your fridge or pantry right now, that may block the varying nutrients in blueberries that your body desperately needs after 60. Worse, some of these food combinations may increase inflammation, spike your blood sugar, or even dull memory signals in your brain. Because here's the truth. After 60, the body isn't as forgiving. Digestion slows, absorption weakens, and certain healthy habits from your 40s or 50s might now be secretly causing stiffness, foggy thinking, or those frustrating blood sugar crashes that leave you dizzy by mid-morning. And that's what this video is about. 7 foods you must never combine with blueberries, especially if you care about your brain, joints, or long-term independence. Let's do a quick science check. Blueberries are rich in anthocyanins, natural plant compounds proven to protect brain tissue, reduce joint inflammation, and stabilize blood sugar. But certain foods, when combined with blueberries, cancel out those benefits by blocking absorption of key antioxidants, triggering gut imbalances that lead to joint stiffness, even altering your body's insulin response, something extremely dangerous if you're diabetic or pre-diabetic, and let's face it, many seniors are. So if you're wondering why your knees are still aching, why you can't focus like you used to, or why your energy crashes just 30 minutes after a healthy breakfast, it might not be the blueberries. It's what you're eating them with. And here's the scary part. Nobody warns you. Your doctor doesn't mention it. Most health channels are too busy telling you what to add: collagen, turmeric, this fruit, that supplement, but almost nobody warns seniors about food combinations that secretly cancel out all those good efforts. And if you're like most seniors we talk to, you're trying. You're reading labels, taking your vitamins, adding berries to your diet, avoiding sweets. But despite all that, you're still dealing with tingling fingers or swollen feet in the morning, brain fog by 10 a.m., a creeping sense of stiffness or slowness that wasn't there 5 years ago. So today, we're pulling back the curtain, because it's not about scaring you. It's about giving you back control over your plate, your joints, and your clarity of mind, without guessing. Now, before we jump into the list, let me ask you something. If this is the kind of content that your doctor never told you about, but that actually makes a difference in your everyday health, would you consider helping us stay alive on this platform? Because we don't have sponsors, we don't do clickbait, and we don't push expensive supplements. Every video we make takes over 30 hours. No scriptwriter, no studio, no $1 million team. Just real research, real heart, for seniors who've been overlooked. So if this helps you today, if you learn something your doctor rushed past, if you feel heard and seen in this moment, be the reason we're still here tomorrow. Like this video and subscribe to our channel. This message already found you. But there are other seniors who would also immensely benefit from this hidden knowledge. How can you help them find it too? By liking this video and subscribing to this channel. That way YouTube shows it to more seniors who desperately need this information. Tap the like button. Hit subscribe. Thank you for being here. Now, let's reveal the 7 foods that should never be combined with blueberries, especially after 60. Because your body has worked hard for decades. It deserves every ounce of protection. And it starts with understanding what not to eat with the right foods. Coming in at #7, a food that 8 out of 10 seniors add to their plate without knowing it's completely neutralizing the antioxidants in blueberries. It's a classic combo you probably tried at least once. Blueberries and yogurt. It sounds healthy. It looks healthy. But what if I told you that this creamy breakfast pairing might be doing the exact opposite of what you intended, especially after 60? Let's unpack why this matters so much. First off, blueberries, on their own, are one of nature's most potent superfoods. They're packed with anthocyanins, which are the antioxidants responsible for that deep blue-purple color. These compounds have been clinically shown to reduce brain aging, boost memory recall, and even protect the joints by lowering oxidative stress. But here's where it gets tricky. When you mix blueberries with most commercial yogurts, especially flavored or low-fat varieties, you're unintentionally neutralizing those benefits. Why? Because of 3 hidden dangers inside modern yogurt products. Most flavored yogurts contain 12 to 20 grams of added sugar per serving, nearly as much as a candy bar. When consumed with blueberries, this sugar doesn't just spike your blood sugar, which causes inflammation and joint swelling, also interferes with your gut microbiome, reducing your ability to absorb polyphenol. Remember, your gut is the gatekeeper. If your gut flora is imbalanced, often the case with high-sugar foods, your body can't absorb the anthocyanins in blueberries effectively. It's like buying an expensive supplement and flushing it down the drain. In sugar-free or low-fat yogurts, companies often add artificial sweeteners like sucralose or aspartame, as well as emulsifiers and gums like carrageenan, to make it creamier. But studies show these compounds can damage gut lining, cause low-grade inflammation, and dampen insulin sensitivity, leading to more stiffness, more fatigue, and even a higher risk of cognitive decline. That's right. Something as innocent as yogurt may be sneakily harming your brain and joints. Many mass-produced yogurts use dairy from cows treated with growth hormones and antibiotics. These residues, even in small amounts, can interfere with hormonal balance, immune response, and trigger inflammation in people over 60, especially those already deal with arthritis, fatigue, or blood sugar issues. Let me tell you a story you'll relate to. Marion, a 67-year-old grandmother from Wisconsin, emailed us after watching one of our videos about food combinations. She wrote, "I thought I was eating right. Every morning for the last 5 years, I had fruit yogurt with fresh blueberries and a drizzle of honey, but I kept getting brain fogged. My knees hurt constantly, and I'd crash hard after breakfast by 10 a.m. My doctor just said it's normal aging, but once I cut out the flavored yogurt, things changed. I sleep better. My knees don't ache every morning, and I can finally make it through my day without feeling 100 years old." What Marion experienced wasn't just a coincidence. It's what happens when seniors unknowingly create antioxidant traps, seemingly healthy meals that actually cancel out benefits or create metabolic stress. A 2021 study published in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry showed that polyphenol absorption drops by nearly 40% when consumed alongside high-sugar dairy products. Another clinical trial from Tufts University found that participants over 60 who regularly consumed artificially sweetened dairy products experienced greater markers of brain inflammation and slower reaction times on memory tests, despite thinking they were making diet choices. These effects are subtle at first: slower thinking, stiffer joints, foggier moods. But over time, they add up to lost independence, unnecessary medication, or worse, misdiagnosis. As we age, our stomach acid levels decrease, making digestion and nutrient absorption harder. At the same time, our gut microbiome diversity shrinks, especially after 60. This means you become more sensitive to excess sugars, artificial ingredients, gut-disrupting emulsifiers. So while a 30-year-old might eat fruit-flavored yogurt and get away with it, a 67-year-old with arthritis and borderline diabetes feels it in their joints and brain within days. If you love blueberries and don't want to give them up, and you shouldn't, here's what you can do. Choose plain, full-fat Greek yogurt, unsweetened. It's lower in lactose, higher in protein, and doesn't spike blood sugar. Add your own stevia or cinnamon if you want a bit of sweetness without harmful additives. Let blueberries stand alone in smoothies or pair with anti-inflammatory foods like chia seeds, flax, or even unsweetened almond milk. Add a probiotic supplement to help rebuild your gut flora, especially if you've been eating sweetened yogurts for years. If you spent years trying to eat better, adding blueberries, drinking more water, walking when your knees let you, you deserve to know what combinations undo your efforts. You've worked too hard to protect your brain. You fought through too many stiff mornings to let something like fruit-flavored yogurt sneak behind your back and cause more damage. So as we move into the rest of the countdown, remember this: blueberries are powerful, but only when you let them be. And sometimes, protecting your health isn't just about what you eat. It's about what you stop mixing with the things that are already helping you heal. Coming up next, number 6 is a food almost every senior adds to their toast, their oatmeal, or their tea, thinking it's gentle on the stomach. But when combined with blueberries, it may quietly block antioxidant absorption and spike joint pain within hours. It might surprise you to see honey on this list. After all, honey has been praised for centuries as a healing food. It's natural. It's from bees. It's even used in home remedies for coughs and sore throats. And when taken properly, especially in its raw, unfiltered form, honey can offer benefits. But here's the truth many seniors don't realize. Combining blueberries with honey, especially at breakfast or in teas, can create a dangerous sugar spike cocktail that not only sabotages your blood sugar, but also disables the anti-inflammatory powers of blueberries. Now, this doesn't mean honey is bad in itself. The issue is in the timing, the quantity, and the combination, especially for seniors over 60, whose metabolism, insulin response, and antioxidant needs are drastically different from someone in their 30s. Let's break this down clearly. When you pair honey with blueberries, whether in a smoothie, oatmeal bowl, cup of tea, or dessert, you're mixing two forms of sugar. Yes, blueberries have natural sugars, but they also contain fiber and antioxidants that help your body process that sugar more slowly. But honey is almost pure sugar, and it doesn't come with the buffering fiber or plant compounds that berries do. That means when you drizzle honey over blueberries, you're overloading your bloodstream with a high glycemic surge, creating an insulin spike that cancels the slow, steady energy released blueberries are known for, disrupting the anti-inflammatory benefits that blueberries provide to joints, brain cells, and blood vessels. And here's what makes it worse. After 60, your body isn't as good at managing those spikes. Your insulin response slows down. Your muscle cells become less receptive to glucose. And your pancreas has to work harder just to keep your blood sugar stable after meals. Imagine this. You're 66. You've made a choice to start eating better. So you ditch the processed cereals and instead fix yourself a bowl of Greek yogurt or oatmeal. You top it with a handful of blueberries, then add a squeeze of honey for flavor. Sounds like a step in the right direction, right? But an hour later, you start to feel off. You're not full. Your energy crashes. Your knees feel swollen. You might even feel a little foggy, like your brain has hit a wall. That's not aging. That's blood sugar backlash. And it happens more often when two sweet foods like blueberries and honey are paired in the same meal. A 2019 study in Nutrients Journal found that adding natural sugars like honey to a fruit-based meal increased post-meal glucose levels by up to 40% in adults over 60. This surge led to greater inflammation markers, including C-reactive protein, which is linked to joint pain, memory decline, and cardiovascular risk. Another clinical review published in Frontiers in Nutrition pointed out that the antioxidant absorption from berries is slowed significantly when paired with high-sugar foods, even natural ones like honey or agave. That means you're putting in the effort to eat healthfully, yet you're unknowingly blunting the very nutrients you're trying to absorb. This is especially dangerous for seniors with type 2 diabetes or prediabetes, early signs of cognitive decline, chronic joint stiffness or arthritis, belly fat that's hard to lose even with walking or dieting. Because these conditions thrive in inflammatory, high-sugar environments, which is exactly what the blueberry honey combo can create. After 60, your digestive enzymes and insulin sensitivity change dramatically. The pancreas slows, the liver becomes less efficient, and your muscle cells, the biggest storage place for excess sugar, begin to lose their efficiency at absorbing glucose. So where does the sugar go? Into your fat cells, your joints, and your brain, fueling pain, weight gain, and mental fog. And here's the worst part. Because honey feels natural, most seniors don't see it as a risk. But natural sugar is still sugar, especially when paired with fruit. Now, if you love sweetness with your blueberries, you don't have to give it up entirely. But you do need to rethink how and when you use it. Here's how to fix it. Use cinnamon instead of honey. Cinnamon not only adds a naturally sweet flavor, but it's also been shown to lower blood sugar levels. The opposite of honey. Add protein or healthy fat to your blueberry base meal. Pair blueberries with a handful of walnuts or a spoonful of almond butter. This slows down the sugar absorption and helps you stay full longer. If you must use honey, use just half a teaspoon, and never on an empty stomach. Always pair it with fiber and protein to soften the sugar spike. Save honey for nighttime remedies only, like in herbal teas when blood sugar spikes aren't as critical and you're not pairing it with fruit. You've probably been told your whole life that honey and fruit are safe. But nobody warned you about what happens when they're combined. No one told you that something so innocent could be sabotaging your knees, blocking your antioxidant absorption, or making your blood sugar unpredictable. And if you're someone who's been trying hard lately, cutting back on junk food, walking more, adding berries to your diet, you deserve to know the fine print that's been hidden from you. Because the truth is, even healthy food can turn harmful when the timing and pairing are wrong. And after 60, those mistakes matter more than ever. Coming up next, food number 5 is something almost every senior drinks with breakfast, sometimes thinking it boosts digestion or cleans the system. But when mixed with blueberries, it actually makes antioxidant absorption drop and may silently inflame your joints. Yes, lemon water. For years, lemon water has been praised as a miracle habit, a detoxifier, a digestive tonic, a weight loss booster. And for many, it feels like a gentle, healthy way to start the day. But here's what almost nobody realizes. When consumed alongside antioxidant-rich fruits like blueberries, lemon water can backfire, especially for seniors over 60. That same lemon water you're sipping to cleanse your body might actually interfere with mineral absorption, irritating your gut, and even reducing how well your body uses the anthocyanins in blueberries. Let's look deeper. Blueberries are naturally rich in flavonoids, plant compounds that need time and proper gut conditions to be fully absorbed. They thrive in a slightly alkaline digestive environment where nutrient absorption is optimized. But lemon water, being highly acidic, lowers stomach pH dramatically. And while this might sound good on the surface, it's cleansing, right? It actually creates conditions that make it harder for your body to extract the full benefits of blueberries. Even worse, this acidic environment, when mixed with the natural fruit acids in blueberries, can lead to bloating, mild reflux, or heartburn, irritation in the small intestine, especially in seniors with weakened gut linings. And over time, this acidic overload weakens your digestion even more, making it harder to absorb not just antioxidants, but vitamins like B12 and minerals like calcium and magnesium, which are critical for seniors trying to protect their bones and nerves. You wake up and try to do everything right. You skip coffee, You squeeze a slice of lemon into warm water. You prepare a bowl of fresh fruit, blueberries, maybe some strawberries. You feel like you're finally getting healthy. But by mid-morning, you feel lightheaded. Your stomach feels unsettled. Your knees ache more than usual. Your thinking feels foggy, and all you can think is, I'm just getting older. But you're not failing. You're just combining two powerful health tools in the wrong way, a mistake no one warned you about. A 2022 clinical review published in the Journal of Gastrointestinal Nutrition in Aging found that excessive acid intake, particularly from lemon juice and acidic fruits, disrupts polyphenol absorption and can contribute to lower gut resilience in adults over 60. Another study out of Germany found that citric acid can alter the gut's microbiome and interfere with the intestinal transporters that move antioxidants into the bloodstream. Translation? Even if you eat blueberries, they might be going one end and out the other, without doing much good. And here's the kicker. Many of these effects were only observed in older adults. In younger people, the gut is strong enough to handle the acid and still absorb nutrients. But after 60, the picture changes. Your body becomes more sensitive to pH shifts. Your gut lining becomes thinner. Your mineral reserves are already depleted. So what feels like a healthy habit, lemon water with fruit, can silently create long-term nutrient depletion and inflammation. But wait, isn't lemon water good for you? The answer is yes, but it's all about timing. Lemon water can stimulate digestive enzymes, help with mild constipation, support liver detox pathways. But it should be consumed away from antioxidant-rich meals, not with them. If you love lemon water, have it 20 to 30 minutes before eating on an empty stomach. That way, your body has time to restore digestive pH before you introduce fragile nutrients like those in blueberries. The mistake isn't lemon water itself. It's drinking lemon water at the same time as antioxidant-rich foods like berries. That simple tweak alone could increase the amount of antioxidants you actually absorb, improve your gut comfort, reduce joint flares and mental fog caused by poor absorption. Interestingly, many traditional healing cultures separate fruit from acidic drinks. In Ayurveda, fruits are almost never taken with lemon or vinegar drinks. In traditional Chinese medicine, fruits like blueberries are seen as cooling, while lemon is hot and drying, creating internal imbalance when paired. These ancient systems may not use the same words we do today, like pH or antioxidant bioavailability, but they observed what we're now proving through science. Some food pairings weaken digestion, others strengthen it. Here's what you can do instead. Time your lemon water 30 minutes before meals, not during or after. Drink plain filtered water with your blueberry-based meals to avoid acidity overload. Add blueberries to your mid-morning or mid-afternoon snack, not your first acidic drink of the day. Avoid drinking lemon water right before antioxidant supplements. You're wasting the effects. You probably spent years trying to do what's right. You gave up soda. You cut back on sweets. You switched to lemon water and blueberries because you were told they're healing. You tried. You cared. And that matters. But nobody told you about what happens when two good things clash inside an aging body. Nobody warned you that after 60, the rules change. That certain combinations, even natural ones, can lead to pain, stiffness, fog, and depletion. And that's not your fault. But now that you know, you can do better. Not perfect, just better. And better starts with separating your acid from your antioxidants. It starts with listening to your body when something feels off. It starts with rethinking what healthy really looks like in your 60s, 70s, and beyond. Because the real danger isn't lemon water. It's keeping habits that your body can no longer tolerate without question. Coming up next, food number 4 is a baked item that seniors often treat as a light snack or breakfast option. But when eaten with blueberries, even in muffins or smoothies, it may spike inflammation markers and sabotage blood sugar stability faster than a sugary donut. At first glance, whole wheat bread looks like a smart choice, especially compared to white bread. It has whole in the name, right? It's brown instead of white, and it's often marketed as heart-healthy or diabetic-friendly. But here's something most seniors don't realize. Pairing whole wheat bread with blueberries, either as part of your toast, in muffins, or even in breakfast bowls, can completely sabotage the nutrient value of the berries. Worse yet, it may create a glycemic roller coaster, triggering blood sugar spikes, gut bloating, and even worsening joint inflammation, all from a breakfast that feels innocent. Let's talk about why. After 60, your digestion is different. Your pancreas doesn't regulate insulin as well. Your gut doesn't break down gluten and grains with the same efficiency. And when you combine fruit sugars like those in blueberries with refined starches like wheat, your body becomes overwhelmed. Even if the label says whole grain, most commercial wheat bread products are made from highly processed flour, stripped of fiber, nutrients, and natural fats. That means the glucose hits your bloodstream fast. Your insulin surges in response. And any antioxidants in your meal, like the anthocyanins in blueberries, are absorbed poorly or completely blocked. Think of it like trying to fill a sponge with water while someone is squeezing it. Your body just can't absorb what's there. Blueberry muffins? Toast with jam? This combination shows up in everyday meals. A slice of healthy whole grain toast with blueberry jam. A blueberry muffin from a bakery. Even homemade blueberry oatmeal bakes or bars using wheat flour. In all these cases, the glucose load explodes, often reaching dangerous levels for seniors with even mildly reduced insulin sensitivity. Remember, just because it says whole wheat doesn't mean your body sees it as whole. James, a 72-year-old retired school teacher, emailed us recently with a heartbreaking realization. I've been making these blueberry oat muffins for years. Whole wheat flour, blueberries, bananas, the works. Thought I was doing something right. But my knees kept hurting. I felt exhausted after breakfast, and my A1C kept creeping up. I only figured it out after watching your video. Now I make almond flour muffins, and guess what? My sugar stabilized, and the pain went down. I just wish I had known sooner. His story isn't rare. So many seniors try to upgrade their meals using wheat-based recipes, not realizing how rapidly wheat flour converts the sugar in the bloodstream, especially when mixed with fruit. And if you're someone dealing with arthritis, brain fog, fatigue after meals, prediabetes, or type 2 diabetes, this combo is quietly making it worse. A 2020 study in the British Journal of Nutrition found that combining polyphenol-rich fruits with refined grain products led to a 45% reduction in antioxidant absorption compared to when the fruit was eaten on its own. Why? Because refined starches interfere with polyphenol transporters in the gut lining. They speed up digestion too quickly, forcing antioxidants to pass through the gut before they've been absorbed properly. On top of that, wheat's high phytic acid content can bind to key minerals, like magnesium and zinc, that blueberries need to help your body lower inflammation and protect the brain. So even if you're trying your best, you might be unknowingly starving your cells of the healing nutrients blueberries provide, simply because of the bread you paired them with. As we age, gluten sensitivity often increases, even in those who never had full-blown celiac disease. Symptoms can be subtle but dangerous. Slower metabolism, brain fog after meals, puffy or stiff joints, gas, bloating, or reflux, unexplained fatigue. The problem isn't always the blueberries. It's what they're paired with. Here's what you should do instead. Swap wheat-based baked goods for almond flour or coconut flour alternatives. These are low in carbs, rich in healthy fats, and won't interfere with antioxidant absorption. Eat blueberries alone or with protein and fat, not starch. A handful of walnuts or a few slices of avocado is far better than toast or cereal. If you love baking, try cassava flour, tiger nut flour, or oat fiber instead. These are gentler on the gut, lower glycemic, and gluten-free. Avoid blueberry jams or pastries labeled whole wheat. The label hides a sugar bomb underneath. You're here because you care. You've spent decades putting everyone else first, your kids, your spouse, your responsibilities. And now that you're finally focusing on your health, the last thing you need is to be betrayed by something as basic as whole wheat bread. But that's exactly what's happening to so many seniors. Not out of laziness, not out of ignorance, but because no one told them the rules had changed. After 60, your body isn't looking for low-fat or whole grains. It's looking for low inflammation and high absorption. And if you've been eating blueberry toast, blueberry muffins, or wheat-based healthy breakfast bowls, now you know why your joints still ache, why the mental fog hasn't lifted, and why your blood sugar keeps creeping up. Even though you're trying your best, you're not failing. You're just missing the full picture. And now that you have it, you can do better for your brain, your joints, and your future independence. Coming up next, food number 3 is often added to smoothies and oatmeal to make it creamy or light. But this dairy alternative can actually block antioxidant absorption and silently inflame the gut, especially for seniors over 60. It sounds counterintuitive, doesn't it? You've probably been told to pair blueberries with yogurt for a healthy breakfast. Or maybe you've enjoyed a glass of milk with a handful of berries at night, thinking you're doing your body a favor. But here's the hidden problem no one talks about. When seniors over 60 combine high-calcium dairy products with antioxidant-rich foods like blueberries, they may be blocking the very nutrients they think they're absorbing. In fact, studies show that this common combination could hinder absorption of polyphenol, the compounds in blueberries that protect your brain, strengthen your arteries, and fight inflammation in aging joints. And if your joints feel stiffer, your memory foggier, and your blood pressure harder controlled despite eating healthy, this could be why. Let's unpack it. Blueberries are loaded with anthocyanins, natural plant pigments that give them their deep blue color and provide powerful anti-inflammatory, brain protective, and heart-boosting benefits. But dairy proteins, especially casein found in milk and yogurt, have been shown in research to bind to these antioxidants, essentially locking them and preventing them from being absorbed during digestion. One study published in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry found that when volunteers consumed blueberries with milk, antioxidant activity was significantly reduced compared to eating blueberries alone. In simpler terms, you're wasting your blueberries if you're eating them with yogurt. It's like buying a $100 anti-aging serum and then washing it off before it absorbs into your skin. What's the point? Marion, 67, from Wisconsin, shared her morning routine in a senior health forum. Every morning, she'd blend blueberries with Greek yogurt and honey, thinking it was her anti-aging secret weapon. But despite eating this superfood combo for over a year, her joint pain kept worsening, her blood pressure crept up, and she struggled with afternoon fatigue. She was doing everything right, or so she thought. Then, she stumbled on a nutritionist's warning about dairy's effect on flavonoid absorption. Skeptical but curious, she stopped adding yogurt and switched to almond milk and flaxseed. Within weeks, she noticed less bloating, sharper energy, and even less joint swelling. Was it all due to ditching the dairy? Maybe not entirely. But blocking key nutrients every single morning definitely wasn't helping. After age 60, our digestive enzymes naturally decline. That means our bodies aren't as efficient at breaking down and absorbing nutrients, even from healthy foods. So if you're unknowingly blocking the limited nutrients your body can still absorb, you're doubling the risk. Let's make this personal. Do your knees still ache after eating healthy yogurt bowls? Do you still feel foggy after a clean breakfast? Are you putting faith in blueberries to improve your memory, circulation, or cholesterol, but seeing little change? Maybe it's not the blueberries. Maybe it's the company they keep. There's another hidden factor. Calcium competes for absorption with other micronutrients like magnesium and certain polyphenol. When your gut is already compromised due to age-related changes or inflammation, throwing calcium-heavy foods into the mix can reduce the bioavailability of plant compounds, meaning your body may never get a benefit from a natural medicine in blueberries. This is crucial because anthocyanins reduce brain inflammation linked to Alzheimer's, improve vascular elasticity in aging arteries, lower oxidative stress in joints, balance blood sugar by improving insulin sensitivity, but only if they're absorbed. If casein binds them in your gut, you're flushing away one of nature's most powerful anti-aging tools. If you love the texture of yogurt, switch to unsweetened coconut yogurt or non-dairy almond milk as a base for your blueberries. These options don't contain casein or competing calcium levels and have even been shown to help improve gut health, especially when fortified with probiotics or healthy fats. Want a creamy breakfast? Try blending blueberries with chia seeds for fiber plus omega-3, ground flaxseed for lignans and blood pressure, almond butter for healthy fat and satiety, plant-based protein for muscle protection. Not only will you avoid blocking the nutrients in blueberries, you'll enhance them. If you're a senior watching this right now, ask yourself honestly, how many years have I trusted that morning yogurt and blueberry bowl? How much money have I spent on antioxidants, only to unknowingly block them every day? You're not alone. No one told you this. But now you know, and that means you have a responsibility. You can't unknow this. That means tomorrow's breakfast has to be different. Not perfect, just wiser. Because each time you eat blueberries with dairy after 60, you could be silently trading joint relief, brain clarity, and blood sugar control for a false sense of health. And you deserve better than that. They sit on your shelf. They look healthy. They promise fiber, vitamins, minerals, and sometimes even claim to boost energy or support heart health. But if you're over 60 and you're pouring blueberries over a bowl of iron-fortified cereal, you might be destroying the natural antioxidants in those berries and making your inflammation, memory fog, or leg pain worse over time. Wait, how? Let's unravel the trap that millions of seniors fall into every single morning. Most processed cereals marketed to older adults, like Bran Flakes, whole grain, oat cereals, and even heart-healthy Raisin Bran, are fortified with synthetic iron, often in the form of ferrous sulfate or ferric orthophosphate. Sounds scientific, right? It is. But the problem is, iron is a pro-oxidant, not an antioxidant. And when combined with the natural polyphenol in blueberries, iron triggers oxidative degradation of the berry's beneficial compounds. In layman's terms, iron from your cereal destroys the antioxidants in your blueberries, right there in the bowl before they even hit your stomach. A 2009 study published in Free Radical Biology and Medicine found that iron can significantly reduce the bioavailability of anthocyanins, the exact compounds in blueberries that improve memory, circulation, and joint flexibility in older adults. That means all the good stuff you thought you were getting from blueberries, gone, neutralized, wasted. Let's pause for a second. Think about how many years you've been following this routine. You've switched to healthy cereals instead of pastries. You've added fruit. You've done what the commercials and boxes told you to do. And yet, the stiffness in your knees remains. The brain fog doesn't lift. The energy crashes still hit you hard after lunch. Could this breakfast combo be silently stealing the benefits of your good decisions? Sadly, yes. Because after age 60, your cells are more vulnerable to oxidative stress, a state where free radicals attack your tissues, including your joints, blood vessels, and even your brain. And iron, when unbound or excessive, feeds at stress. Let's visualize it. You pour your bran flakes. You sprinkle blueberries on top. Then add milk or almond milk. What happens next? The iron in the cereal reacts instantly with the anthocyanins in blueberries. You don't see it, but under a microscope, it's a war zone. The iron molecules attack the delicate antioxidants, causing them to break down before they even reach your digestive system. And by the time that beautiful blue bowl hits your stomach, the most powerful part of the blueberries, already gone. It's a betrayal, really, one you never saw coming. Let's talk about Harold Danvers, 72, from Spokane. He was doing everything right. His doctor told him to get more fiber and antioxidants, so he swapped bacon and eggs for raisin bran with blueberries. For 2 years, he stayed loyal. Same breakfast, every day, but his blood pressure kept rising. His knees stayed stiff. His memory seemed fuzzier, not sharper. It didn't make sense. Then during a routine visit, a dietitian asked a simple question. Are you eating iron-fortified cereal with blueberries? He nodded. She sighed. That combo destroys the antioxidants you think you're absorbing. Harold was floored. Angry even. No one told me. Not my doctor. Not the box. Not anyone. That's when he changed. He started using steel-cut oats instead. No added iron, no additives. He topped it with blueberries, a handful of walnuts, and a pinch of cinnamon. Within weeks, his digestion improved. His blood pressure nudged down. His knees felt looser. His thinking clearer. Sometimes, one small switch reveals the truth behind a lifetime of confusion. Here's why this matters more the older you get. Iron buildup is more common in seniors due to slower metabolism and lower iron clearance. Excess iron fuels inflammation in the joints and arteries. It also disrupts your gut microbiome, reducing the diversity of beneficial bacteria critical for nutrient absorption and immune strength. So if you're over 60, eating iron-fortified cereals daily and expecting blueberries to protect you, you're actually working against your own body. You don't deserve that betrayal. Here's what to eat instead. Switch to steel-cut oats, unsweetened granola without added vitamins, or quinoa flakes. Choose cereals that list no added iron or ferrous ingredients on the label. Add blueberries after cooking, not during. Consider topping with walnuts, pumpkin seeds, or chia for added protein, omega-3s, and joint benefits. And always space out your iron-rich meals, like red meat or supplements, from antioxidant-rich fruits by at least 2 to 3 hours. This gives your body time to fully absorb both, without them canceling each other out. You did everything right. You trusted the labels. You bought the healthy stuff. And now, you find out that every spoonful may have been undoing the one food that could have made a difference. It's not your fault. But now you know. So the real question is, what will you do tomorrow morning? Because the only thing more painful than being misled is continuing down the same path now that the truth is out. You owe it to your body, your joints, your mind, one small change, a better bowl, and finally, blueberries that heal instead of go to waste. If you're over 60, your morning ritual might feel sacred. A comforting bowl of whole grain cereal with fresh blueberries on top. Simple, easy, heart healthy. Maybe it's Raisin Bran, Total Cheerios, or even an iron-fortified granola blend. You add a splash of milk or almond milk. Throw in a handful of blueberries, and feel like you're doing something good for your body. But here's the terrifying truth. When you combine iron-fortified cereals with blueberries, you create a chemical reaction in your gut that may silently damage your brain, inflame your joints, and block your metabolism. And the worst part? No one's warning seniors about it. Let's talk about iron and the damage it does to your aging brain. First, understand this. Not all iron is created equal. The kind added to most cereals isn't naturally occurring iron from vegetables or red meat. It's a synthetic iron salt, usually ferrous sulfate or ferrous fumarate. It's cheap, it's abundant, and it's aggressive. Now, combine that aggressive form of iron with blueberries, rich in delicate antioxidants like anthocyanins, flavonoids, and polyphenol, and a war begins in your stomach. The iron oxidizes those antioxidants. It literally destroys them before your body can absorb them. It's like spraying bleach on your blueberries. That bright blue pigment in blueberries, that's where most of their healing power lies. But the synthetic iron added to your cereal doesn't care. It rips those molecules apart. A groundbreaking study from Purdue University showed that when polyphenol-rich foods like blueberries are consumed with high-iron foods, the absorption of antioxidants drops by over 80%. Yes, 80%. But it gets worse. Another study published in Free Radical Biology and Medicine found that excess iron, especially synthetic, inorganic iron like what's added to cereal, increases oxidative stress in the brain. In older adults, this can accelerate neurodegeneration and cognitive decline. Let that sink in. You're adding blueberries to protect your brain, but that bowl of cereal may be setting the stage for memory loss, confusion, and even early Alzheimer's. Here's the kicker. Most seniors don't even need extra iron. After menopause, women's iron needs drop dramatically, and most men over 60 already have enough iron stored. So, by eating iron-fortified cereal daily and combining it with antioxidant-rich berries, you're not only wasting the blueberries, you may be poisoning your brain with unnecessary iron. Excess iron can trigger a process called ferroptosis, a form of cell death caused by iron-induced oxidative damage. It's linked to brain cell death, joint tissue breakdown, increased inflammation in the heart and kidneys, insulin resistance, and blood sugar issues. In short, the exact things you're trying to avoid in your senior years. Eleanor, a retired nurse from Maryland, spent years eating the perfect breakfast: total cereal, skim milk, blueberries, and a multivitamin. But by 68, she began noticing troubling symptoms: brain fog, stiff fingers, and chronic fatigue. Blood tests showed elevated ferritin levels, a marker of iron overload. Her doctor asked about red meat, supplements, and then her breakfast. When she cut out the fortified cereal and separated her berries into an afternoon snack, her energy returned, brain fog lifted, and her joints finally felt looser. She had no idea her breakfast routine, the one she thought was healing her, was silently harming her body. So what should you do? If you're over 60, here's your new rule. Never eat blueberries with iron-fortified cereals, granolas, or bars. Instead, eat blueberries on their own, ideally on an empty stomach. Wait at least 2 hours before or after consuming high-iron meals. Switch to low-iron, non-fortified cereals, like organic rolled oats or sprouted grains. Consider pairing blueberries with healthy fats, like walnuts or chia seeds, to boost absorption. Most importantly, don't assume that healthy means safe, especially for seniors. When you avoid combining iron and blueberries, your body can finally unlock the full benefits of the superfruit: sharper memory, reduced joint inflammation, better blood sugar balance, improved circulation to the brain and legs, youthful collagen production for stronger skin and joints. And that's just the beginning. Think about it this way. You wouldn't mix strawberries with bleach. So why mix blueberries with synthetic iron? Because when you do, that beautiful blue fruit loses its superpowers. And you lose the one food that could have saved your joints, brain, and body from decline. Blueberries are your ally, one of the last real superfoods that fight aging from the inside out. But like any powerful remedy, they need the right environment to work. Don't let your breakfast betray you. Don't let iron rob your brain. Don't keep making a mistake just because it feels healthy. You deserve better. If we disappeared tomorrow, would you notice? Every video we make takes 30 plus hours. No sponsor, no fancy studio, just real research for people like you. So if today's video helped you dodge a silent health mistake, don't just scroll by. Be the reason we're still here tomorrow. Subscribe. And more importantly, help another senior avoid this dangerous combo. Hit the like button so YouTube shows this to someone else who needs it. This message found you for a reason. Make sure it finds the next person too. Subscribe, like, and keep choosing your health, one smart bite at a time.